Hey guys, welcome back to the Blizzard Cup. We just had our first best of 3 where the only Terran in the group is already down a game.
Exactly, he is down a game in the group. We have a little bit of foreign support here as well. Not only Doan Monte Cristo are here, but also Sasa just entered the studio.
Not to mention that, we've also got some foreign fans in the audience that are just fans in general.
And just look at this result. That was the last game that we saw. It was MEP versus DRG.
Yep, now it's time for our next 2 players though. It's going to be Hero against Leenock, Protoss versus Zerg. This is pretty cool, man. We actually have all these players in one group. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And the thing is, Hero, when he came back from the NAS4, he lost in his group in Code. And that was a bit of an upset, but he was jet-lagged and everything, so...
Did you see his EGTL Pro League match yesterday? Yeah. He had a little bit of a tough build over situation going on there, and it had kind of an embarrassing loss, so he's coming off of that too.
And now he's up against one of the strongest Zerg players that we currently have in Korea. A lot of people will argue that he is the best Zerg that is currently here. It is Leenock, and there we have him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got kind of this trio of Zergs right now. It's DRG, the old Zerg, then you've got Leenock, the new, and then Sniper, kind of like the Neo Zerg.
Wow, and you just completely ignore Life. Wolf, how can you?
Life, man, he's in the corner right now. He's in timeout. He needs to win something again. He just got back to the
like MLG?
Yeah, that was a little while ago. If you compare him to Hero and Leenock's recent results, man.
Ah, come on. Wow, Wolf being harsh here.
I'm actually just all about the now, dude.
Well, Leenock against Hero, that is what we have now. It's on Belgium Vestige, this game number 1, and we are ready to roll here at the GSL. The Blizzard Cup is epic, and we only casted 1 best of 3, and it's already awesome. This is the second one, it's the PVZ. Guys, get ready, this is the Blizzard Cup. Carl and Wolf. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Starting to the top left of Belgium Vestige, we have the Team Liquid Protoss player. It is Liquid
Hero.
It's Hero indeed, yeah. Street Fighter Boys wasn't sure just a second ago, but it's actually him. He changed his hair color a little bit. I feel that's why Street Fighter Boys was not really. Is it him? Is it not him?
Yeah.
No, it's really him.
His opponent, of course, for the Team FXO. The backbone of their GSTL team, a multi-time champion of all sorts of events internationally. He is
FXO Leenock.
And you know, this map is good for Leenock, bad for Hero. The playstyles you can play on Belgium Vestige are pretty predictable for Protoss. You're usually going to see some sort of 2-base timing attack.
And Leenock, what's really important here, of course, as well, is that in the GSTL he did not have to come out in 2 finals in a row because Gumiho always had his back. So he did not have to show any builds whatsoever. This time we have him on screen though. And as Wolf just pointed out, this is one of the bases, or one of the maps where we see a lot of 2-base timing attacks from the Protoss player. Let's see what Leenock is going to do here.
You know, we have seen some players like Genius be able to take a 3rd base on Abyssal City in crazy scenarios. But you know, on this map I think it's even harder, and I just don't see Hero even trying it. He's just going to have to accept the fact that this is his first map. He's probably already got a build plan, and he knows that he's got the map choice in game number 2 if he loses this one, so he's probably got a plan laid out no matter what for the 3 maps he's going to play on, because even if he goes to the 3rd game, he's already got the map choice in mind.
Here you see the win ratios in the GSL between the 2 players. And we can actually follow this up with a little bit of additional data just to give you an overall information about how they also did in foreign tournaments, not only in the GSL. Keep in mind though that these GSL matches are all played offline. That's really important here. But Hero, if you look at all these games, there's a 64% win ratio against Zerg with 290 games played, which is actually pretty impressive. Looking at the...
Oh, I just want to mention really quickly, we have a double pylon block as you continue those stats, which is, if you're new to StarCraft in any way, insanely bad for Zerg. He's going to have to wait so long to get his hatchery up.
He has to wait for the Zerglings, right? So he has to make sure that he's taking down those pylons now. And if you just look at Hero in general against Zerg, he was just able to win the NASL finals. And of course he faced a Zerg play. He faced actually a guy that is playing in Group B tomorrow. He faced Violet and took him down with a 4-2. And well, if you disregard that win, then he lost a lot of his recent matches against players like Sniper that we also see tomorrow, against Violet as well at IGN. So it was a bit of a back and forth that they had here. So Hero with a really, I would say in the recent past, like a 50% record, but the most important thing is every single time it counted, he won against her. Every single time it was really important. He took the best of 3, the best of 5, or the best of 7.
That's a good way to put it. I like how you said that. And this guy has recently gone from not knowing how to open a bottle of champagne really well to being showered in it.
Yeah, exactly. NASL did it right. At DreamHack, Hero struggled quite a bit to get that champagne bottle open and to pop it, but then at NASL they showed him how it's done. There's this epic picture that was on Reddit, on Team Liquid, and just everywhere, where he's just in a huge, huge fountain of champagne. That was pretty cool. I love that.
That's the kind of thing that, you know, to be honest, let me just go out on a limb here, esports limb, and say, like, when my grandparents or my family ask me, like, what am I doing really? You know, what is this job? What is esports? I show them pictures like that where I say, look at how happy this guy is. He won this tournament, and there are thousands of fans all over the world watching him, and he's got this champagne, he's showered in it. And that is esports.
Yeah, emotions like that just transcend across borders of understanding what exactly is going on there. If you see how emotionally involved people, not only players but also casters and the audience, are in something like esports, then it's much easier to explain to someone what it's all about and what you're actually doing. So I can completely understand you there.
Yeah, that's one way to definitely reach out and tell people about StarCraft, is to just show them pictures, show them YouTube videos. Like Thorzane's win, for example, at the Azo Open in Stockholm. That video is epic. We have Stargate as the choice of tech for Hero. Now, this is strange to me because I feel like this map is one of the toughest maps to actually do the Void Ray push on, and if he wants to take a third baseman, he is brave.
But just remember, we had this just, I think, yesterday at Iron Squid on exactly this map in a Protoss versus Zerg, where we had the +1 4-gate attack timing with Void Rays. So Hero might just go for the Phoenixes here, but there are a couple of strategies that you can use on a map like this that are really hard to deal with. And we see to the left, to the bottom left, we have actually a probe there that could drop the pylon to get the vision for the high ground, and then warp onto the high ground with a few with a few zealots, and that's actually our first Void Ray.
Void Ray. So it starts to line up. The evidence is here. Everything points towards the Void Ray all in. We'll see if Hero is guilty. Leenock going down the normal path, starts his speed, is getting his lair.
The only thing that is a bit, I don't want to say too weird, but we don't see the +1 attack upgrade here. So he's doing everything that just lines up for him to go for this 4-gate Void Ray aggression, but he's doing it without the +1.
I think he'll start it after he shows the Void Ray to the Overlord.
Shows it here, and he actually doesn't follow it up with a second Void Ray. He's not doing the build that MC used. No, he's going into a different one here. Just a little bit more standard with Void Ray first, and then heading into the first Phoenix.
You know what's funny is this build I have not seen in a really long time, in fact. This particular version of it is the one that you used to always see, but nowadays it seems kind of figured out.
Oh, he's going into a second forge.
Yeah, but no +1 on his first forge. It's a little bit odd. He wants to use all of his gas on his Phoenix production. Now he's got enough, though, to do both.
Yeah, so he has a double forge here, but doesn't use it just yet. Let's see how he is going to work with that. Kills a few creep tumors here. That's, of course, nice. Doesn't have the robo, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. If he had one, maybe he will fail one later, then he can use the Observer to take down creep tumors.
Leenock needs to pull his Overlords back.
Leenock has a pretty cool creep spread, by the way, at the bottom, so not even the chance for Hero to get a pilot into position. And here come the double upgrades now for Hero. 1-1 started as soon as the first forges, the second forge, sorry, is ready.
This Stalker is not going to trade efficiently, especially with speed done. He only kills one Ling. More Zealots coming. He's actually going to have 8 coming down here. The Roaches are not ready. In fact, he has no Roaches on the map, not even a War, and he skips it and goes for the Infestation Pit. But he's not going to have Infested out in time either. This is actually just going to kill this hatchery, I feel. If he targets the Void Ray outside of the range of the Spore Crawler, should be okay. He's going to be able to lift with the Phoenix as well. He saves the Void Ray. But the Zealots are actually in a weird position. The drones as well. Actually, both players struggling to fight here.
And suddenly the Void Ray is gone, killed by the Spore Crawler. Here comes another Queen, but so many Zealots. And the position, yeah, it was a little bit awkward at first, but now they are having each other's back.
Yeah, the Zealots have each other's back, man, and there's 4 more. And they have each other's backs back, so there's so many Zealots in here. Another Spore Crawler trying to move down here, but Spine finishes a little bit too late. He should actually, I feel, target the hatchery at this point. He sends a few Zealots to target it, wants to take out the Queens. Here comes that Spore Crawler. The pylon is spotted, though.
Both of these guys are actually about to finish +1/+1, but the player who has it first is going to be Leenock.
Yeah, unless we have one more Chrono Boost, maybe not. He still can't even beat it.
Yeah, this is a small timing that he has, but will it be enough?
Yeah,
the problem that I have is he does not really have a lot of lava.
Exactly, and unfortunately for him, +1, Carapace is not going to affect that hatchery. Neither is +1 attack.
I mean, we have now Infestors as well building, but this third base is
already gone.
Yeah, it's
so
gone.
are these Lings going to be gone. If he actually wants to fight here, this is not going to be cost efficient, but he has to do something. He can't just let these Zealots run free. Look at that. Look at how cost efficient these Zealots are. Even when both players are at 1-1, the Zealots just are a great unit to fight against Lings, especially when they have each other's backs like that, when you can't get a lot of surface area.
Hero with a great attack here. 9 Infestors are now coming out on the map, which gives him a bit of a problem. But at the same time, he has the Robotics, he has the Twilight Council, he's starting +2/+2. We have him with the Observer. So just him killing the third base is huge already.
Yeah. Third base is being remade now by Leenock. He's got the macro hatch, so his production suffers a little bit, but not as badly as it could have. He decided to skip that, but when you go Infestors like this without a Roche Warren, you can't skip that. He knows that. 2-2, though, coming out for Hero, and he's going to have armor upgrades a lot faster than you would expect from a Pro player. This is something that Leenock is going to have to take note of. And Hero, man, he is going to do the unthinkable. He's going to make a third Nexus on Belshire Vestige.
Well, he played so well up to this point. We have a pack patch for Leenock that helps him a lot with his lava. But just the way that Hero approached this game already was so awesome.
Brilliant, man.
Resources lost at 2,500 for Hero, but so much for Leenock, 4,600. Even this warp in just being so spot on. And the Lynx won't even escape if Hero decides to drop Force Field, which he ends up not doing. But he's ahead against the Zerg player.
He is ahead in supply at the 13-minute mark. Is absolutely absurd. He just did so much damage to that attack, and it's not over yet. Making 2 additional cannons plus the pylon to reinforce them at the third base. He's making a wall. Hero still has these Phoenixes. He can go in and kill more Harvesters at 66 probes to 55 drones right now, and Leenock is struggling to find an opening. This is not the Belshire Vestige that he imagined playing on in game number 1.
You know, one of the big things here in this game was actually that Leenock decided to go into a strategy that skipped Roaches, went into +1/+1, which we see quite often from Zerg players doing these days. It saves them a lot of gas that they can use for a fast attack and faster Infestors. But Hero used this perfect timing window before the Infestors were there when Leenock was vulnerable. And this was like crazy. With Roaches, that would have ended completely differently. But with his Ling style, Hero just made the perfect choice. There was no better choice than what he did.
Yeah, it all works out. And this was a cool build that he did because the Phoenixes played their purpose in a different way. We basically saw the Void Ray Zealot timing with Phoenixes to help out with the Queens, and he also hid his Zealot Warp in. He waited for 2 rounds of Warp ins before going for the attack, and that type of trickery, that type of waiting, that type of patience is risky. You hardly ever see it, but when somebody doesn't see it and you have 2 rounds of Warp ins for Zealots, you have 8 Zealots suddenly, that is a very scary army, and Leenock is going for a big attack here. There are cannons in place though, there's a Colossus out, he's got 2-2. I do not see this actually doing a lot of damage.
No way, not with those upgrades, and Hero isn't even done. He's heading straight into 3-3. His upgrade mechanics here are just crazy. He's on the same supply as Leenock, but Leenock now just going into the Hive Tech, and Hero can hit timings here. He has extended thermal range nearly completed. His 3-3 is being chrono boosted. This is an awesome game by Hero. I'm so impressed by this.
Yeah, I really am as well. He's just not really making any mistakes, especially hitting those Forge chrono boosts. You know, he started a little bit late with this +1, but it was for good reason. Now he's got 3-3 coming out so fast. He looks like Creator in this game, man. I'm almost not even sure who's playing in the booth. Well, a little trap over here. That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure it's Hero after all, but you're right. This is kind of the style that Creator uses against Terran, trying to go for this massive amount of upgrades and then moving in. But here we go. +3/+3 is halfway done. He has charge line up, and now he moves out with his army. And army supply is in his favor. 88, 94 against 77.
How does he know about this? Is he a genius?
He's trying to take a 4th.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to say, like, there's no way you could actually know about this. taking a 4th base on this map is even unimaginable to me. He's taken this timing and running with it, man. He's hitting right before the Greater Spire is done. That's exactly what those units are for, by the way, to snap that Nexus down before you can even cancel. We see the line of spines.
Look how he waits a little bit. With another Chrono Boost, he will nearly complete his 3-3, and then he can hit even before the Greater Spire is done with the biggest upgrade lead possible.
Look at all the Zealots warping in here. Hero is going to hit this timing. I feel like he should be moving out to be a little bit more aggressive, to be honest. He's just...
I think he's waiting for the upgrades, and then he will move in.
I think he could start walking, though. There he goes. He's going to make sure he hotkeys the rest of those Zealots, too. They're not hotkeyed with his army. He's leaving them behind.
Charge is also about to be completed. Here comes the run by or the counter attack by Leenock, but let's be honest,
a sick
there's
wall.
so many. Yeah, exactly. The wall and the cannons.
Leenock says, nope, never mind.
I don't know. If Hero attacks now, I feel he completely walks over Leenock.
Which base is Hero going to take, by the way? It looks like he's actually poised to take the 9 o'clock now instead of the 3 o'clock. There's a few Zealot warpins here. And, oh man, Leenock is in so much trouble. He's down 50 supply against 3-3 units. He's got no real opening to attack here.
And here comes Hero now. Now he's going in, wasting maybe a few precious seconds because the Broodlords are now being built. I feel he had really the timing to take him down, but he takes down the 4th base, and that's already important.
Yep, a few more Zealots being warped in here. The cannon is doing a lot of damage. But here comes the attack of the Spine Crawlers.
And there's so many Infestors. Where are the Fungals? There they are. The Broodlords are not ready just yet. How many Stalkers does he have? 18.
The bank is so good for Hero. You can actually just warp in Stalkers right away. 3-3 upgrades here. He warps in 5 more Stalkers. He blinks under the Broodlords. He's targeting them. Where are the rest of the Fungals? He doesn't have, you know, a ton of support here, but the Infestors alone are going to drop great Fungals, and Hero can't quite break through yet. He needs another round of units, and you know what? Leenock holds.
Leenock holds for now, and I feel that we actually had a bit of a timing here for Hero to take down those Infestors because Leenock didn't micro them. But these roaches that we have at the natural, they broke through after all. All those force fields that he dropped were not enough. Now he warps in units, but Leenock might just have started his comeback into a game where Hero looked like the sure winner.
Yeah, for sure. Hero does not have a 4th base. And Leenock is just...
Well, Leenock doesn't have one either, to be fair, but he's building one.
I feel like, though, with the army that Leenock has, he should be able to secure a 4th and even a 5th if he wants to. Hero had that timing he talked about. He missed it. He didn't go as quickly as he could have with that 3-3, and he allowed the Broodlords to finish. With no Broodlords there, all the Infestors die, and the Morphing Broodlords do too, and the game ends. He was off by like 1 minute, maybe even 30 seconds.
This is going to get really, really difficult for Hero after this amazing start in the best of 3 when he killed the 3rd base of Leenock. It looks like it might be the Zerg player who comes through. He has a slight lead in overall supply, but it's just the composition that will make Hero struggle. So many Broodlords, 12 Infestors to back them up. And you know, Hero even could have killed like at least 5 or 6 Infestors if he would have moved in a little bit further with those Colossi. And the Infestors didn't have energy, so it was kind of a... I don't want to say risk-free with the Broodlords that was there, but it was just something where he could have killed a lot of these high-tech units.
Yeah, it's very true. Oh man, this base is just not even reasonable. He just doesn't have enough. He wants to take this base. We're going to see a drop at the same time, but the Nexus has to be cancelled. He already cancelled it. Here comes the drop. Zealots in the main, but there are a bunch of Lings to pop out and greet them. Very lucky timing here for Leenock.
With that drop, he can't do a lot here, but yes, you are right, he was a little bit lucky, but the next swap in, that's something that he has to deal with somehow. Finally, the Corruptors, they deal with Warp Prism, and there are just not enough warp-ins to really make this work.
Leenock,
big problem to the top right.
Yeah, exactly. Leenock is ready here. There's a lot of Archons, but there's no Mothership, so, I mean, how reasonable is this force really for Hero? Neural Parasite's almost done as well. He's got so many Infestors, he could actually just grab onto all the Colossi.
He's running into the Infested Terrans. Yes, they are already dead, but this is the Scout. At the time that Leenock needs, he prepares. Here comes the Blink forward, and immediately the focus on the Broodlords, but there are so many of them, and the Infested Terrans, they do that damage, even with the Colossi in the back, melting them away.
It's very close here, but I think that Leenock may just barely have enough. Yeah, he's actually, the Archons are closing the distance here. This is so close. The Colossi do the extra damage from behind. Here come the rest of the Infested Terrans. Hero warps in more Stalkers. This battle is not over yet, but it looks like Hero may actually push this back. Is this a miracle?
This is crazy. Leenock is dropping in supply. There were only 5 Stalkers left, but somehow he was able to take down most
that
of
one
the Broodlords.
sentry is killing a Broodlord. What are we watching?
Here come 4 more Stalkers, and he's trying to make this happen. But he needs to get those Infested Terrans back with the Colossus that he has. Where's the blink forward? There it is. He snipes one. Can he snipe another one? He's trying.
The kiting on the Broodlords is good. He gets the second one. Now he's got that one Broodlord that will kill the last of the Stalkers.
Bernie the Broodlord is trying to take down this 3rd base on his own.
And it's going to actually be a big annoyance. There's no way for him to deal with that without, like, making a Phoenix.
Bernie always was a fighter.
He always was, man. You know, Hero's in trouble, though, because he does not have a 4th base. Yeah, he saves his 3rd, but Leenock has a 5th.
Yeah, and look at the supply for Leenock. He just remaxed, and he still has a huge bank.
He needs a Phoenix, I'm not joking.
With 1,500 minerals and gas, Hero is in such a huge amount of trouble because Leenock, he has the lava available again, and he goes to rebuild his Broodlords, and I'm not quite sure that Hero can really push through here. The army supply alone tells the tale. 36 against 83 in favor of Leenock.
This is another run by Leenock that's quite successful, just like the first one he did in the natural. These Broodlords are not ready. He needs a blink under them if he wants to take it down. The Archon's doing so much, he actually takes out all 3 of those with no cancel on the Broods either. Wow, he's going to lose another Broodlord without a cancel.
The Broodlords are done, and now the Stalkers are trying to blink here. Most of the Infested Terrans are already gone. Roaches at the natural,
not really being microed, though, which is a little bit scary. Hero, he's got this deficit in supply. I know it's really relevant. I mean, his army supply is 30 versus Leenock's 86. He spreads you thin. Yeah, he takes this base out, but there's another base that Leenock can just run his drones to, and he's got so much production that even though Hero looks strong at this particular moment in time at the 3 o'clock expansion at the right side of the map, Leenock just has so much more where that came from.
By the way, when did Bernie die?
I don't know how that happened, actually.
Bernie is dead, guys. I'm very sorry to inform you, but Bernie somehow crashed and died.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not quite sure if you missed that, but yeah.
I saw it disappear off the minimap, but I guess he may have gone too far forward or something.
I actually think that 3 seconds of silence for Bernie are in order.
Alright, so now the base of the left side of the map is up and mining. He sees it with the observer, but seeing isn't everything. You know, he doesn't have the force to do this. This is desperation. It's not even reasonable for him to do this, but guess what? He knows that the Broodlords are out of position, and this is one chance. That's why he needs to be targeting the hatchery and not the extractor.
He's trying to do his best here, and he's trying as much as he can, but with everything that Leenock has in his arsenal, it's just so tough.
He needs to get back, and needs to get back right now, but Leenock's already set up the flank. He's got the Infestors to cut him off. What are these probes doing? It looks like he wants to make them part of his army.
For Leenock, this is, sorry for Hero, this is just so unlucky. He was in such a great position, but he just was too afraid to attack, and here comes the blink. He's trying Broodlord after Broodlord is dying, but they are coming through for Bernie here, avenging their brother, their dead brothers, and now with doubling the supply, Leenock is just too far ahead. He is gonna take this game. Hero must be so disappointed. He had such an awesome timing. Missed it. He was just afraid. I mean, I don't blame him. He's up against this many Infestors.
And it spells your vestige, man. It's just a tough map for Protoss in general. I do not blame frustration here.
He's in a difficult position and he decides to wait a little bit longer. Is too cautious in the end with the timing. He could have taken it. And of course, if he thinks about this game later on, he'll realize it. But in the heat of the moment, he just thought that it might be worth to wait for another few seconds. And that was exactly the time that Leenock needed to get those Broodlords out. And now Hero is fighting a battle that he probably will not be able to win.
Yeah, he stopped Leenock's economy temporarily, but Leenock triples his army supply, and he's getting the bases back up again. Hero has a more mobile army, but it's also just too small to do anything. It's not going to be able to kill a base fast enough for Leenock to not be able to catch up with him. Leenock's Roach army alone, if you made a little bit more Roaches, could actually steam over this. You do have some feedbacks going down here. That was quite nice. In fact,
decent feedbacks.
Archon
loses one. That's it.
There he goes. He wasn't really going to be able to do much with that third one anyways. Blink forward again here before the Infested Terrans are ready, but there's not enough DPS in these Stalkers.
And there are also the Queens for the Transfuse. One Transfuse after another, and now the Stalkers are gone. 2 Stalkers, 1 Archon. That's the anti-air that is left for Hero.
The rest of his army
supply.
is 57 probes. That's not an army.
Yeah.
Another feedback goes down. The High Templar does its last deed, and Hero's going to have to GG. Leenock will take game 1 on his map, the starting map, Belcher Vestige. GG.
Leenock with the 1-0 lead. The Leenoktopus spreading his tentacles to Belcher Vestige and stealing that win from Hero.
Yep. Oh, and just a tough loss for Hero there.
Yeah.
But, you know, he did play a little bit too safe. And sometimes when you do that, your opponent can catch up, especially on a big Zerg-favored map like Veltri Vestige.
That timing, oh man, when that lined up on the production tab, I thought, oh god, if he attacks now, Leenock is gonna get crushed. 3-3, I think at this point it was against 1-1 or 2-1 upgrades. Charge, extended thermal lance, and no Broodlords whatsoever. That looked horrible for Leenock. A 30-minute game, and in the end, it's actually the FXO player who takes it. And the second map is now being hosted. It is Cloud Kingdom.
Again, Zerg, Protoss, and Terran figurines there. We've got 3 races in this group. Time for game number 2. Cloud Kingdom, like you said. Hero looking devastated in the booth, so much so he doesn't want to show his face to the camera.
Leenock has come, Hero has come a long way when it comes down to his nerves and how he deals with losses, but he's still a player who is a bit affected by these things.
Yeah, I would say so, man. He certainly is.
Like half a year ago, you could really see that he struggled a lot when he was down a game and was in a really bad spot, that the emotions got the better of him. He's come, as I said, a long way. He's a lot more experienced. He's doing so much better.
That was not your average loss that we just saw. That was a game 1 already that was taken from him. He wants to take the series, though, away from Leenock. He wants to tie things up on Cloud Kingdom. He's got to get himself together here. This is the Blizzard Cup for 2012. I am Wolf. With me as Calder. We're going into the game